Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a space where the right message finds you. My name is Anisha, and I help people live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome. Happy to have you here from the start. And, I will take a moment to give you an overview of what we do here. Until then, you guys can introduce yourself in the comments, like which place you're joining us from. Hi, Esther. Esther says, Hi, Nisha. Nice to see you again. Same here, dear. Same here. I am so happy to have you here again, and that too from the start. Okay, so Esther is also joining us from New York. Beautiful. Welcome, dear. Hi, Leslie. Leslie is joining us from Denver. Wonderful. Welcome to the space, Leslie. So, my dear ones, especially those who are new here, let me quickly walk you guys through what we are going to do here. So, we will start this live with a meditation that is going to be around 20 to 30 minutes. And it is going to be based upon the quote that you see on Insight Timer's home screen. Okay. So we are going to really soak in that wisdom and feed it to our subconscious mind. And once we are feeling more settled, more calm, we will move on to phase two of this live, where we are going to spin the wheel of wisdom and let the universe choose a book for us from that wheel. Once we have a book, we will play a game where I ask you guys to pick a number, and then we will do an intuitive reading from that based on the number you choose. So we usually do about three readings in each live. So yeah, that's about it. I will share more details when we get to each part. But for right now, I would love to know that are you guys ready for today's meditation? So if you are settled in wherever you would like to meditate, you can type ready in the comments. Okay. Hello, Kayla. Good morning and welcome, dear. And I'm glad to know that you're ready too for the meditation. And I hope that everyone here receives the message that they need to hear most right now. Um, okay. So yeah, Esther. Okay, Esther is asking about that Wheel of Wisdom app. Yeah, so Esther, there is like no app. So the wheel that you might be talking about is just a website, a random website where I put names of the books and it helped me randomly choose a book. But there is no app where you get like where you can choose a book and then the book opens and something like that. These are the books that I have read in the past like 10 years. So, and I've highlighted them. So basically, I open the book and, I just do the whole stuff. So like everything is separate. So that's why I cannot like share it in some way as you were asking. Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy that you find it useful and helpful. And yeah, and that's why I like have all these lives available so you can use them instead. Or you can do the same process on your own with the books that you have. Whatever works for you, dear. Okay. So, having all of that said, and hoping that by now you guys are ready to meditate, let me take a second to drop a quick message in the comments as well for those who will join us during the meditation so they know what is going on. Okay, done. Begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can choose to lie down, sit up, or maybe walk as you listen to this. Whatever your body needs right now. As you begin to settle in your chosen position, allow yourself to take a deep breath in, and with the out breath, close your eyes or lower your gaze. Shifting your attention from the outside world to the world within, becoming aware of the surface beneath you, letting it hold you completely. And now, resting your awareness on your breath, noticing the inhale and the exhale exactly as it is. With each exhale, your body is relaxing more and more. Each muscle from your head to toe is softening. Your mind is drifting deeper and deeper into a peaceful state, and you find yourself standing at the door of your subconscious mind. Today, we are going to reprogram our subconscious mind using a timeless quote, which is patience is also a form of action. August Rodin. Patience is also a form of action. August Rodin. This quote is reminding us that patience is not passive, it is not doing nothing, it is staying engaged with life without forcing results. Just as seeds grow beneath the soil before we see them, many forms of progress happens quietly before they become visible. And patience means allowing time to unfold while continuing to show up, continuing to nourish. When we stop equating speed with success, we can recognize that waiting, resting, integrating, and allowing are all forms of forward movement. So take a moment to think about something that you have been waiting for. It can be a change, an outcome, an answer, or a shift in your life. Perhaps you are waiting for a desire to be fulfilled, or a challenging situation to change. So take a moment to reflect on what you have been waiting for. Notice any pressure you may be carrying around it, any frustration or worries. And for the next few moments, allow yourself to be open to exploring the possibility that movement may already be happening beneath the surface, even if you can't see it yet. And to completely open ourselves to this possibility, I am going to share certain affirmations with you. I am going to repeat each affirmation 3 times. For the first 2 times, simply allow the words to land in your subconscious mind. And on the third time, if you feel called, you can repeat the affirmation either in your mind or out loud. So let's begin. Things are unfolding for you. Beautiful things are unfolding for you. Now repeat after me. Beautiful things are unfolding for me. You can allow yourself to trust that progress is happening quietly. You can allow yourself to trust that progress is happening quietly. I trust that progress is happening quietly. You can trust the timing of your life. You choose to trust the timing of your life. I choose to trust the timing of my life. You are allowing space for growth. You allow space for growth. I allow space for growth. You can breathe and soften into patience. You can breathe and easily soften into patience. I can breathe and soften into patience. You can release the pressure around timing. You can release the pressure around timing. I release the pressure around when will this happen. You allow things to take time. You allow things to unfold in their own time. I allow things to unfold in their own time. You feel steady and patient when things develop. You feel steady and patient while beautiful things develop. I feel steady and patient while beautiful things develop. You can continue to move at a sustainable pace. You can continue to move at a sustainable pace. I continue to move at a sustainable pace. Your efforts are accumulating. Your efforts are accumulating. My efforts are accumulating. You stay open to what is forming. You stay open to all the ways in which your desires come to life. I stay open to all the ways in which my desires comes to life. You feel calm and grounded as you wait for things to be different and better. You feel calm and grounded while you wait for things to be different and better. I feel calm and grounded while I wait for things to be different and better. You feel supported in this process. You feel supported in this whole process. I feel supported in this whole process. You choose to see this as an opportunity to cultivate patience. You see this as an opportunity to become more patient choose to see this as an opportunity to cultivate patience within me. You did great. And now that we have planted these seeds of wisdom into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, know that with each repetition, these seeds will get nourished and grow stronger, eventually bearing fruits in your life. So, with that knowing, allow yourself to come back to your body, beginning to bring small movements to it, like wiggling your toes and your fingers, gently waking your body, and in your own time, gently opening your eyes. Arriving back in the space. Welcome back, my dear ones. I see that a lot of new people have joined us while we were meditating. So, a warm welcome to you all. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom. And in case you guys missed the meditation, I will share towards the end of this live where you can find this meditation, which was based upon today's quote on Insight Timer. And for those who did meditated with us, feel free to share your experience of the meditation or your favorite affirmation in the comments. And in a moment, I'm going to go through the comments and then we will move to phase two of this live where I will spin the wheel of wisdom and let the universe choose a book for us. So I'm going to invite the universe to deliver us a beautiful message that we all need to hear at this moment in our lives from that book. So let's see. Let me go through the comments and then, let's dive into the next part. So Prabhat says, so he wrote in another language. So let me convert it into English. So he says that um, that he's feeling nice and thank you so much. And he loved the way I guided the meditation. Thank you, Prabhat. I'm glad that that resonated with you. Thank you for sharing your experience and for being here. Kathleen says, hi, Anisha. That was beautiful. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome. I'm not sure if you are the same Kathleen or a different one, but either way, a warm welcome to the space. Hmm. Yeah, because I don't see like profile pictures today, like a lot of them. So yeah, that's why I was wondering you are our regular Kathleen or a new one. Okay, same. Okay, same. And with Max. Okay, wonderful. Then welcome again, Kathleen. So happy to have you here. Okay, Kayla says the meditation went perfectly with what I'm working on right now. All the affirmations were what I needed to hear, and I will listen again tonight. Oh, I am so happy to hear that, Kayla. Like, really, because the space is all about receiving like the right message at the right time for us. So it makes me happy that even the meditation resonated with you at like such a deeper level. And yeah, you're welcome to, listen to it as many times as you need because with affirmations, it usually helps us with if we listen to them repeatedly because our subconscious becomes familiar with them. So yeah. um yeah, so you're welcome to return to it. Oh, Kathleen will also listen to it again. Wonderful. I am super happy now that I record these. Okay. Hi, Chris. Welcome back again. Chris is joining us from South Carolina. Beautiful. Welcome back to the space, Chris. Happy to have you here. Okay, so my lovely, amazing, beautiful souls, let us move on to phase two now. Hi, Nicole. Hello. Welcome. So, for those of you who are new, this is our beautiful wheel of wisdom. And this wheel contains the name of 51 transformational books that I have read over the past 10 years of my life. And what I'm going to do now is we are going to spin the wheel and the universe is going to choose a book for us. But before that, we need to set an intention so that everyone here receives the message that they need. So, for that, either you guys can bring to your mind something specific that you need guidance on, or if there is nothing specific going on in your life that you would like some guidance or support on, then simply set this beautiful wish into the universe that may everyone listening to this receives the message that is for their highest good. So, holding either of those things in your awareness as we spin the wheel. So, the book that came for all of us is When Things Don't Go Your Way. When Things Don't Go Your Way by Heyman Sonim. So, I love his books and they definitely have a lot of wisdom. So, give me a second to open the book and let's see what wants to come through this beautiful book, especially if things are not going your way. And in fact, I actually have a course on that specific with that specific title, I think. Let me see. Yeah. So yeah, I just remembered it. So in case anyone needs guidance, especially on that, then you guys are welcome to save it. And this is our book. Like not my book. Of course, in this book is by Heyman Sunam. And give me a second to choose some numbers so that we can play a game together. Okay. So, my dear ones, I invite you guys to take a moment and choose a number between 19 to 213. And there is no rush. I pick a number randomly based on my intuition. The invitation is just choose a number that pops up in your mind, first, like the first number that pops up for you. Because that's where you are also developing a connection with your intuition. And that is the goal, here amongst everything else. Okay, I missed a comment by Chris. Chris says, Anisha, the silky smooth texture, Candice, and delivery of your voice instantly lowers my blood pressure. Oh, I am so happy to hear that, Chris. Then I will like record these and send it to everyone with high blood pressures so they don't have to take the medicine. But yeah, thank you so much for that sweet comment. I'm really happy to hear that it has such a nice effect, on your body. So thank you. Um, Thank you, Kayla, for sharing a number. Thank you, Nicole, Leslie, Chris, Esther. Thank you, guys. Anyone else who would like to share a number before I pick one amongst these? Good morning, Chandan. Good morning. Okay, then let me go with the numbers that are here in the comments and see what is the number that I'm feeling most called to. Okay. So the number that I am feeling most called to is 68, and the number has been chosen by Kayla for all of us. And again, the criteria was not because it is the first number, but it is the number that I'm feeling most called to. So let me see what is on page number 68 that wants to reach all of us, especially Kayla. So the author says, if you are moving in with someone for the first time, whether as a roommate or a romantic partner, there are a few things I learned to avoid future conflicts. First, give each other plenty of space. Although you may have enjoyed each other's company a lot before moving in, it is important to remember that you don't need to do everything together. Talk about what activities you want to do together and when, you would like to be on your own. So even if you're not moving in someone, moving in with someone, but if you live with someone, or if you are even just in a relationship with someone and you are not living in, then these might also come in handy at those times. So the first advice was to give each other plenty of space, decide things that you would do together and things that you want to do on your own, have that own space and time for yourself. Because by giving each other space, you can pursue your own individual interest without sacrificing your needs for the other person. When you spend too much time together without personal space, it can lead to feelings of suffocation and resentment, which can cause a lot of tension. The second point was second, openly communicate about each other's expectations, particularly when it comes to living arrangements and finances. So, in our reading in the previous live, um, we got a reading where we learned that it is important to communicate our boundaries, to communicate our expectations, so they are clear and we are not like, assuming that other person should know that because that's when conflicts happen. So, openly and clearly communicate your expectations, and especially if you're living together and about the living arrangements and finances. For example, who will take out the trash? Or how thoroughly should the bathroom be cleaned? Will you do the laundry together or separately? Will you split the monthly rent and bills equally or proportionately to each person's income or usage? And so on. Third, living with someone else means you may need to adjust your daily routine to live harmoniously. For example, if your roommate or partner likes to wake up early and you prefer to sleep in, you may need to compromise on when to turn off the lights at night or turn down the TV. You may have different dietary preferences, such as being lactose intolerant or being vegetarian, while other person eats everything. In this situation, compromising and finding a way to cook that satisfies both parties is important. The final point is learn to raise an issue respectfully if your partner or roommate upsets you. And for example, anyone, not just your partner or roommate, but anyone, if they upset you, learn to raise that issue in a respectful manner. Everyone has their unique quirks, idiosyncratic habits, and pet peeves. Rather than bottling it up inside, every time the other person does something that bothers you, communicate kindly and respectfully. It is highly likely that your roommate or partner does it unknowingly or unintentionally. By approaching these challenges with patience, empathy, and respect, you can create a harmonious living arrangement and build a stronger relationship. So that was our reading for today. And it just doesn't applies to like not only when we are living together. Of course, when we are, then these points are really helpful. But also in any interaction that we have, that we need to learn to communicate our expectations. If we have an issue, then raise it in a respectful and kind manner, not when we are, bursting with anger. And what was the other point? Yeah, giving each other plenty of space. So, not becoming too dependent or wanting to spend every single moment together, but giving each other space. And mm, let's see. Yeah, and adjusting a little bit because every person have a different routine when it comes to living together and also in terms of other things. So leaving space for compromise so that everyone, both parties' needs are met. So these advice are pretty much useful, not just when living, but when interacting with any other human being. So I hope that you find it helpful. Let me know if it resonated with you, Kayla. And anyone else also, if it resonated, feel free to share that in the comments. Or if anything else came up for you when I read that, feel free to share that too, because the wisdom comes from everyone. Okay. Kayla says, so perfect. Okay, I'm really happy that it resonated with you, Kayla. Let's see. Kayla says, in my relationship, I want to spend every second with my love. It is so hard for me to give space because I end up missing him and all. And all the suggestions are so helpful. I am glad, Kayla, that it really resonated with you, and especially something that you have a hard time doing. And I understand that you, of course, you love that person, you feel good in their presence, and you want more of that, right? But yeah, reflecting on what that might lead to if we are spending that time together, then we are not getting that individual space to know ourselves and that person to know themselves and to grow and then bringing more vibrancy into the relationship. And sometimes when we are not giving space to other person, when we are finding it hard, then we need to ask ourselves that what need of mine do they meet that um, do they meet when I spend time with them, and then try a way to meet that need on your own. So you are not dependent on them, but it's more of like so when you don't need the other person, like need, and when you just want them like a companion, when you just want them, then that like enriches that relationship even more. I'm glad that you like the question, Kayla. And I hope that it helps you put these beautiful tips or advices, um, like integrate them into your life, into your relationships. Kayla says, I could write more, but I don't want to take too much time here. That's okay, Kayla. If you really feel called to share, you can share that. We can read your comment. And yeah, no issues. If you're feeling called to do that, feel free to do that. Um, okay. Morozova says, you so cute. Me or Kayla? Or both of us. um, okay, so yeah, let me move on to our second reading for today. Let me see. Caitlin says, Kayla, I've written like books in here. This is a safe space to share. Exactly. Thank you, Caitlin, for, you know, um, inviting Kayla to open her heart and just pour it here in the space. And yeah, and we will try our best to hold a safe space for you. Okay. And if you don't feel like sharing with everyone, then that's perfectly all right as well. You can always reach out to me and we can dive deeper into whatever it is that you want to talk about. Okay. Um, Kayla says, lol, you all are the best. So grateful always. Yeah, people here are so amazing, right? Hi Morozova. Hi, welcome. Yeah, Caitlin does that a lot. And I love reading your message. By the way, okay, guys, by the way, if you don't know, Caitlin is another wonderful teacher on Inside Timer, and she has a lot of beautiful tracks on affirmations too, and some very fun lives. So yeah, if you feel like connecting with Caitlin, you can do that. Yeah. By like checking out her profile on Inside Timer. Okay. You're welcome, Caitlin. Let's see. So, okay, how to find Caitlin? Her last name is Caitlin Lojo. I think it might be visible in the comments. Um, yeah, otherwise, Caitlin can write her whole name here. Yeah, okay. So, my dear ones, let us move on to our second reading now. Kayla says, I can't see other people's comment. Okay, then maybe, um, maybe, okay, two things. Either you can try tapping on the screen and it might appear, it might be black for you. Or second thing, it might be a glitch. So you can like leave the live and join in again. And then I hope you might be able to see the comments. Otherwise, I read them. So, like, not to worry too much. Okay. So, now for our second reading, again, hold, like, invite, um, sorry, hold in your awareness anything that you need guidance on as we spin the wheel. Okay. So, the book that came for all of us is Real World Mindfulness for Beginners by Brenda Salgado. So, let me open this beautiful book and choose some numbers so that we can play a game together. And until then, if you guys have received anything of value from this live up until this moment, and if you feel called to support me to do this work, to continue doing these lives, or to create more free resources, by the way, if you are new, you can check out my profile. I already have a lot of, free meditations and stuff and other stuff in other places. So, yeah, if you feel called to support that, contribute towards that, you can do so. So, this is our book. Let me choose some numbers. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So, my dear ones, I invite you guys to pick a number between 24 to 134. Again, no rush, take your time, choose a number that comes to your mind first, share in the comments. I will go through your comments and pick a number that I feel called to intuitively, okay? Thank you so much, Kayla, for this beautiful, generous donation. I so appreciate it, and it makes me so, so happy to know that the reading, was really, really helpful for you. And I hope that you find a way, you find many ways to meet all your needs and to have a healthy relationship. So, thank you. Thank you, Deb, Esther, Katie, and Jay for sharing a number. Anyone else who feels called to share a number here? Okay, then let me go through these numbers. And the number that I am feeling most called to is 55. And the number has been chosen by Jay for all of us. Thank you, Jay. It is interesting. The numbers that I chose in the previous lives was also like the first number and then the last number for some reason. But, anyways, let me open page number 55 and see what is the reading, what is the message that wants to come through for everyone present in the space, especially Jay. Mhm. So, the message here is like a quote by Jack Cornfield, and the quote is: "It is tremendously liberating when you don't take things so personally." It is tremendously liberating when you don't take things so personally. So that was the message on that page. And along with it, or maybe like beneath it, there's a practice. And the heading for it is giving and receiving patience. It is interesting how we got another practice on patience. So, okay, so now I'm wondering, would you guys like me to option one, just summarize the practice for you, or option two, guide you through that practice? So, summarize or guide, what would you guys like me to do? The name of the practice is giving and receiving patience. Okay, Kayla says patience is the theme, definitely. And Kayla is fine with either. Thank you for the vote. Jay says, I love Jack Cornfield. I used to have that quote framed in my room years ago. Wow, maybe it's time to frame it again. Wow, oh my goodness, I love. Oh, I love the resonance. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jay. And yeah, maybe it is time to frame it again or just to remember it in some form. And and we got votes for guidance. So yeah, let us do that. But before that, let me also share, especially for Jay or anyone else who tends to personalize things, a resource. Okay, yeah. So, Jay, or anyone else who is interested, there is a particular lesson in this course which is on personalization, which is a type of thinking error according to CBT. Okay, so if you tend to do that, I would really recommend listening to that lesson because it firstly it describes what that is, and secondly, it gives you specific techniques to counter that when you have, those kind of thoughts where you are personalizing things. So I hope that that would be helpful for you. And if not, and if like if that doesn't resonate, you can ignore it. Yeah, sure, Kathleen. I can repeat the quote again. The quote was, "It is tremendously liberating when you don't take things so personally." And this quote is by Jack Cornfield, who is a Buddhist teacher and an author. Yeah, I think you might know him. He's pretty famous. Okay, so um yeah, so let us now, go through the practice that came up. since Katie, Esther, and Robin voted for us to be guided through that practice, which was giving and receiving patience. And even before that, just a little bit more of patience. Let me take a sip of water. So begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can choose to keep your eyes closed or to lower your gaze. Allow yourself to take a few deep breaths. And when you feel that your mind is settling, allow yourself to repeat these words in your mind with each breath. Breathing in, I breathe love for myself. Breathing out, I breathe patience for myself. Again, breathing in, I breathe love for myself. Breathing out, I breathe patience for myself. So continue to breathe and repeat these phrases with each breath for the next few moments. We begin with ourselves so that we can extend the same kindness to others. So think of someone you are happy with, someone that makes you happy, and once you have thought of one such person, who makes you happy or who cares about you. Repeat these words in your mind with each breath. Breathing in, I breathe love for you. Breathing out, I breathe patience for you. Continue repeating these phrases for that person with each breath. And now think of someone you are struggling to be patient with, someone that irritates or frustrates you. It can be someone who is a constant part of your life or someone that you met in the past week. And once you have them in your mind, repeat these words with each breath. Breathing in, I breathe love for you. Breathing out, I breathe patience for you. Continue to repeat these phrases as you visualize this person. Breathing in, I breathe love for you. Breathing out, I breathe patience for you. And finally, for the next 3 breaths, repeat these phrases in your mind, breathing in, I am an embodiment of love. Breathing out, I am an embodiment of patience. Beautiful. You did great. And now allow yourself to come back. Come back to your body, to the space around you by opening your eyes if they were closed. Welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed the practice. And if you feel like sharing, you can share your experience in the comments. Kayla says that was so lovely. Yeah, it was a lovely practice. It reminded me in some ways of loving kindness practice. And we can just, replace the phrases and just, yeah, invite, like, have a different, totally different experience. I especially love the last, phrases, which was like, I'm an embodiment of love and I'm an embodiment of patience. Yeah, it was like a beautiful blend of, I think, meta and the phrases that Thich Nhat Hanh usually uses. So, at least I hope to carry these phrases into my day, and I hope that you do the same. Robin says, thanks, Anisha, relaxing. I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, I feel like not breaking your relaxing state for anyone. So I want to end this live here and really quickly, in case anyone who would like to, um, get, rewatch this whole live, then you can do so by going to my profile, by going to the About section there on Inside Timer. And when you scroll down, you will see this. And here you will find today's, you know, live, and the episode number is 181. So I hope that, because some of you wanted to re listen to our initial meditation, so I hope that that would be helpful. And yeah, I just don't want to say anything else to break your state, so I guess I will wrap the live here. And I will see you guys day after tomorrow at the same time. Esther says, thank you, Anisha. You're welcome, Esther. Kayla says, thank you, Anisha. Have a beautiful day. You too, dear Kayla. Thank you so much for being here with us. No problems, Robin. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Take care. I hope to see you guys day after tomorrow.